Hey everyone, it's Christian here, and I'm back. And this is not going to be a palm review, but a example of how palms are transplanted and how they should be, how improperly transplanted at that. So this is a newly planted Phoenix sylvestris, which is just known as the Sylvester palm. It's in the date palm family, and you can see it looks kind of like a true date, but it doesn't quite have the long leaves. And you can tell by the way it's cut, the way the petiole bases are a little bit fatter and wider than a regular date. So when these are put in, they put stakes around them to keep them to brace them from moving around, and they normally when you put it in a palm, you're going to want to chop a lot of the leaves off, and this was done somewhat on this plant here. And you can notice the palm will start to experience shock if it's not very well watered. Even for this plant tolerates a lot of drought, but if it's not well watered during a transplant, it will go into shock. And that's what's happened over here with this palm here. And they should just trim all those leaves off because they're providing no nutrients, and it's making the palm work overtime trying to throw out new leaves and providing energy for all the leaves. So if you're going to trim, the rule of thumb is, if you're going to trim X percentage of the roots, you should trim X percentage of the leaves, give or take. Obviously, if you trim 100% of the roots, you're probably not going to have any palm whatsoever. But if you trim about a quarter of the roots, you should trim about a quarter of the leaves off. So you got to kind of make that estimation when you do transplant a large palm, one that doesn't go into a pot but into another, from one place in the ground to another. So these were not well, the ones in the pool were not well transplanted. These are doing okay over here. This one right here is doing all right. I don't know if you can see that through the glare, but this one, these are good examples. Those are bad examples, and they're going to come through that, but it's going to look ugly for a while. I mean, the idea for this pool area is supposed to look nice, and it just doesn't look that good when you got a lot of dead leaves hanging around. So that is an example of transplant shock from a nursery to a hotel. So if you see that going around, you might see, if you live in say the southeast and you see some palmettos with that, that's probably transplant shock from maybe them going from here in Florida up there. Just the ride itself can really shock them, or from one place in the ground to another, not getting properly watered. So anyway, I will leave you guys there with that, and hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you guys next time.